And we have returned with vim and vigor. It is Tuesday, the 18th day of June, 2024. I'm Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. A very pleasant, quiet, benign morning. It's a beautiful morning. It's 54 degrees. Just a couple days of spring left, and that's it. We're going to have temperatures slightly below normal today, close to normal on Wednesday, above normal Thursday. The summer solstice, by the way, the first day of summer, or when we transition anyway, for spring to summer, is on Thursday at 1:50 in the afternoon. So we'll actually be hanging around when the actual solstice occurs, and that'll be the longest day of the year. And then the next day will be 2 seconds shorter than the day before. So we're almost done with spring, getting ready to head on into summer, and we'll feel like summertime by the time we get to the weekend. Friday and Saturday looking pretty hot. We're going to be under the influence of a ridge of high pressure, but it's not real big. All those details are coming up. We'll have some news for you as well. In sports, of course, no Mariner highlights. They had a much-deserved day off yesterday. Now they begin a 9-game road trip. They'll be in Cleveland to take on the Guardians. They have a pretty good lead in the American League West. We'll talk about that. Seahawks wrapped up mandatory minicamp last week. We'll hear from a couple of the Hawks. Now they get quite some time off. They don't have to go back to work until late July before the pro football season starts. It's hard to believe we're talking about that. In case you missed it yesterday, we're going to re-show the interview I did with Allie Jordan as we're getting ready for our annual Independence Day fireworks extravaganza at Walla Walla Point Park. She's from her Elevated Marketing Group. And I don't know, a few surprises. We'll find out together. Let's go ahead and take our tour around the valley like we always begin. You can see there's a few high clouds up towards Chelan Way. Nothing really down here in the Wenatchee Valley. Yesterday's high was 71. Our normal high is 78. Another cool day. We've had a whole string of days with our high temperatures below normal, especially over the weekend. All we got was to 65 degrees roughly on Saturday and Sunday. We'll be warmer than that today, not much, but warmer still. 15 hours and 57 minutes of daylight. Sunrise again at 5:03. It doesn't come up any earlier than that. Sunset tonight, 9:01. And again, temperatures below normal today, and then it'll moderate close to normal tomorrow. And then, well, because we have these days so long, that is why we're going to warm up a little bit. Not because of high pressure, but because we have the longest days of the year now, and that's just part and parcel. We get warmer this time of the year simply because the sun's up so long. Let's head on up to Stein Hill, say good morning to Dryden and Peshaston and the orchards, cherry orchards, peaches, pears, pluots. I hope somebody's growing me some pluots so I can scarf those babies down next month. A little breeze at the top of Stein Hill and the Wenatchee River. We flip that baby around and you can see all of Cashmere. We flip it that way and we say good morning to Dryden off into Peshaston. They got Alala Canyon off to the right there. Beautiful view from high atop Stein Hill. It's a nice hike too. Bit of a workout, but a nice hike nevertheless. Let's go to the Arondo Rock camera and take a look at Lake Aniat, also known as the Columbia River, also known as the reservoir. Behind Rocky Reach Dam, to your left, you see 2 trucks. Boy, I'm really good at describing what's going on. Way off in the distance is Mission Ridge, which still has a couple of patches of snow. And here we are, the 18th day of June. Of course, they had a little bit of light snow over the weekend. It didn't stick along very long. Good morning to our friends at Long Lake Aniat. Beautiful view there. And up to Cougar Ridge we go, where the Sunset Highway meets the highway, and you're heading on off to Arondo if you are so desired. You can see a huge swath of the Stimmel Complex, Sunny Slope, a little bit of Sleepy Hollow. Sunny Slope, it's just amazing. I was born and raised here. That was not what Sunny Slope looked like even 20 years ago as the housing developments continue to climb up the hill of Birch Mountain. That is just amazing how much that north end of town has exploded with residents. The orchards are going out. The housing developments are going in. People like to live here. Whether you like that or not, that's just the way it is. You can see just beautiful blue skies there. There is the slightest chance of a thunderstorm late this afternoon. We're talking 5 or 6 to the north of us. We wanted to point this out. You folks in the Omak-Okanagan area, and yeah, we do have viewers up there, even a little bit into the Medhow Valley, you have a slight chance of a pop-up thunderstorm today. There's still some instability in the atmosphere, so there's still that upper level trough is still lingering. It just doesn't seem to want to go away. But as I mentioned before, because the mid-June sun heats up the lower atmosphere, we will be warmer today, and then much warmer by the time we get to Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I wish it was a big ridge of high pressure. What we really need is rain. We're like over an inch behind where we should be for our annual rainfall, but there's none of that in the forecast, I'm sorry to say. From the National Weather Service, you'll see all those sun icons because we're going to have a lot of sun. Gobs of it. 75 today, just a little bit below normal, but mighty fine by me. 52 for the overnight low tonight. Then we start warming up a little bit. On Wednesday, we'll top off at 81 degrees. That's just above normal. Mostly clear, 56 for the overnight low. We welcome summer at 1:50 on Thursday afternoon with lots of sunshine and a high of 86. And then the first full day of summer on Friday, sunshine 93. We top off at 94. On Saturday, it's going to be warm. If you're going to Pride Fest at Memorial Park, be sure to hydrate because it's going to get hot in the afternoon hours. And the overnight lows are going to moderate as well. Slightly cooler on Sunday and Monday. Again, we'll be under the influence of a ridge of high pressure, but it's not real big, and it's not going to be a dome, so it's going to not really give us a long stretch of really hot weather, which for most people is just fine. Thank you very much. All right, that's your forecast. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have your headlines. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley Tuesday edition on the NCW Life channel. The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
My name's Nick Dirk, and I've been a cinematographer-photographer for over 10 years. I got my start at the Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center. Without the Tech Center, I wouldn't have got my first job in media production 3 months after I graduated high school.
My name is Charlie Voris, and I own Vortex Productions. My work has taken me on exciting adventures all around the world, and I got my start at Wenatchee Valley Tech.
Hey, my name is Oli Mingo, and I'm the Executive Director at Heirloom Creatives in Wenatchee. I am so thankful for Wenatchee Valley Tech to be able to have my dream career.
When it comes to plumbing, you are likely not the expert. Call After Hours Plumbing. When your laundry room is just a little too tight and you need to expand or remodel, call After Hours Plumbing. Or your hot water heater needs replacing so everyone can have hot water? Call After Hours Plumbing, your local plumbing contractor ready for your home remodels or your commercial business.
Very pleasant morning, 54 degrees, bountiful sunshine, mid-70s today, just a couple of degrees below normal. We'll be above normal a little bit on Wednesday, and then a heat wave comes our way Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and we cool back down on Sunday. It's 9 minutes after the hour. Engineers have begun stream restoration work on a section of the upper Wenatchee River. It's a 1.5 mile long section of the upper Wenatchee River, and because of that, they're asking folks to stay out of the area, stay out of the work zone if they can. The Chelan County project is in the Chewaucum area. That's between Plain and Leavenworth, just off Highway 2. The work is meant to create better fish spawning habitat and improve the connection between the river and its floodplain. They're going to add boulder clusters and engineered log jams to the stream. The work will close access to the Wenatchee River in that section, as well as one Riverside Trail all the way through September 12th. Those who recreate on the upper Wenatchee are asked to avoid that area while they try and get that job done. Pinnacles Prep is looking to add 2 more portables, and they want to keep the 2 that they already have as their school population continues to grow. The charter school adds a grade every year, and they currently have a 30-year lease agreement with the city of Wenatchee. They're using the site, of course, of the old St. Joseph's Church. City documents show Pinnacles planning to build a high school building on the property a couple of years ago, but they didn't get any bids. So they brought in a couple of temporary portables. Now, with unspecified funding constraints, the school says it has to retain those portables and get a couple of more due to urgent need of classrooms for their incoming 10th grade class, which starts this fall. The documents say if conditions can be met with the city, the current concept is a site-built structure and permanent modular buildings. Wenatchee City employees have a new person to call when they can't log on or their computer won't boot up. It's her. Elizabeth Rossetier is the city's new information technology director. City council members approved her appointment by Mayor Mike Poyer on Thursday. Rossetier formerly served as IT supervisor for the city of Bothell. She replaces Dale Cantrell, who retired as the city's IT director this month after 18 years. The Cascadia Conservation District is offering incentives of up to $600 to Chelan County residents if you prepare your home for wildfires. It's the Home Hardening Incentive Program, and they offer payments for the completion of one of several approved projects, including window screening, gutter covers, and ember-resistant perimeters. Now, in order to get money, you must submit a signed landowner release form, before and after photos of the chosen practice, receipts for materials that you bought, and invoices for receipts if you brought in a contractor who did the work for you. You got to keep those records. Projects will be evaluated for the maximum amount based on the average price of materials and equipment. The first round of applicants will be reviewed by this Thursday, June 20th. The next round will be open on July 1st. With more information, including a complete list of approved projects, you can go to the Cascade Conservation District's website. Speaking of land, landowners above Manson have placed their property in the care of the Chelan Douglas Land Trust. The conservation nonprofit says the easement covers 221 acres of high-quality habitat land that overlooks Wapato Point. It's about a mile from Wapato Lake. The easement assures that the property will remain largely undeveloped and will continue to act as a habitat for mule deer, black bear, cougars, and other native species. And the former printing press space of the Wenatchee World Office building complex on Mission Street is in the process of being transformed into 3 retail spaces. Our own Casey Safford caught up with the retail developers, the property owners, to learn the details of the renovation plan.
So tell us a bit about the property. When was it purchased by the owners? How did the idea to reinvent this space come about?
The property was purchased in June 21. And so, yeah, roughly 2 years ago, or was it 3 years now? I guess 3 years now. So, the idea came about as I was a broker selling the property. And this is just part of what was envisioned, taking a printing press plant that's in the middle of town and just asking yourself, what could it be? And usually the obvious answer, for downtown stuff has something to do with nightlife, retail, entertainment, food service, that kind of thing. So that was really the direction that was kind of given to the buyer, the ultimate buyer of the property, and he liked it, and so bought it, and kind of invited us to come join him and manage the project for him. So
yeah, we wanted to take and do a remix of retail and office, and the owner that purchased the property really liked the idea of us revitalizing what the Woods had done in the past. There's some old photos of what this looked like before. It was pretty industrial. We wanted to keep that industrial look, but still bring in some retail, and it really starting to turn out. So
great. So we see that there's some construction underway behind us here today. Tell us a bit about how the property is going to be changed as far as how many retail spaces there's going to be, and if you have any tenants already lined up.
Yeah, we've got, so this was all just a printing press at the time, and we've basically subdivided it into 3 retail spaces, and each space has its own storefront. We've got a brewery, Pinnacle Brewery, coming in, and they're actually probably about 3 weeks from us being done for them to actually brew. And the rest of the project is roughly about July 15th will be kind of wrapped up with the courtyard, the landscaping, the cafe lighting for people to sit outside, and it'll tie back into the people in the world side of the building being able to have a place to go, have lunch, have meetings. So really starting to come together.
Great. So what has been the most exciting aspect for you throughout this process so far?
I don't know, I would say just for me, it's always kind of doing the deals. You know, we've, worked with the Wenatchee World was an existing tenant in the building. There were several other smaller existing tenants. We've retained a few, and they've put up with us through construction. So, that's a big hurdle to climb, to have someone just building right on top of you while you're trying to run a newspaper. So, them and the other tenants that kind of stuck it out with us, I think just kind of working that side of it with the existing tenants that were here and trying to bring in new tenants just to make it, exciting and new.
And what's been the most exciting aspect for you? Is it the same thing, or do you have something different to add?
No, the whole revitalization of this whole press hall and what the Woods and the World Press had done, and being able to keep them, operating and in the building where they've been for several years, several decades, and pulling some of that, some of the history of this building and keeping the structural integrity of basically the industrial look. It's really been enjoyable to see one of these buildings come together where we can revitalize it, especially in the downtown core.
By the way, tune into tonight's NCW Life Evening News. You'll get a tour inside the continuing renovation of the old press hall, and that's what's making news at 17 minutes after the hour. Yeah, we will have the newscast for you tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, 5, 6, and 10 on television. And if we talked about before, if that doesn't work into your schedule, and we know not a lot of people live at the top and the bottom of the hours, we'll have it for you up and running right around 5 o'clock. It'll be on our homepage, ncwlife.com. It'll be in our Facebook page. It'll be in our YouTube page. You can check out our X. You can check out our Instagram. You can check out our app. It's all there for you. If you haven't downloaded our app yet, there you go. There's a QR code. Pick up your smartphone, and there you go. And if there's something out there that you think we need to know about, send us an email. It's news@ncwlife.com. Mariners are playing good baseball, especially on the road. They'll need to do it. A long road trip begins today. Sports is 2 minutes away. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here. I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Oh, look at this.
This would look really good in the kitchen.
Or the living room. Just look at it.
New windows are a work of art. Upgrade your home's windows and get cash back from Chelan County PUD.
This is gonna look great in the house.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
Hey, hon, would you run this around to the wash rack?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hon, what happened?
They shrunk the truck.
The all-new midsize Canyon is now available at Sangster Motors.
It's the NCW Life Community Calendar, a presentation of Alpine Air. The 2024 Wenatchee Pride Festival, Saturday, June 22nd at Memorial Park. It'll be a full day of live entertainment, dozens of vendors, nonprofit information, food trucks, a beer garden, a queer garden, a youth activity area, and more. It's a big party with friends, families, and allies gathered together to celebrate equality and inclusivity. Volunteers and donations are always welcome. Visit the website on your screen. 20 minutes after the hour, the Mariners are in Cleveland to start a 9-game road trip. Of course, they swept Texas over the weekend, so the Mariners are 43-31. The Guardians lead the American League Central. They're 44-25 on the year. Bryce Miller gets the start for Seattle. The game will be at 3:40 on Root Sports Northwest. Root Sports' Jen Mueller hosts a cooking show. It's called I'll Cook, You Measure. It can be seen both on Root Sports and on the NCW Life channel. Miller was a guest with Jen and said when he was in high school, he used to hold a lot of jobs with a river tubing company.
Fun fact, I worked at a couple restaurants back in the day.
You did?
If you consider a place on the river.
Yes.
Like on the Comal River, it's not really a restaurant. It's river food, right? So you cook
hot dogs.
Hot dogs, yeah, and hamburgers, that kind of stuff.
So you were the grill guy for hot dogs?
Yeah, it depended on what my job was that day. But sometimes I drove the bus. Sometimes I cooked.
So for people who don't know, the reason you would drive a bus is you grew up in New Braunfels. The river is right there. One of the things that you do is go tubing down the river. And you have to get a bus to get you from one spot to the other because you don't end up in the same spot. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd be like 16, 17. It'd be like, somehow I ended up driving a bus. It's like a full bus with a trailer. Probably, I don't know, somehow I ended up doing that sometimes. But usually I was in the kitchen, kind of.
I'm gonna guess they didn't have you do a lot of cutting in the kitchen. That
No,
was quite possibly the most haphazard way I have ever seen.
Yeah, check it out. It's called I'll Cook, You Measure. You can watch it on YouTube if you so desire. You can watch it right here on the NCW Life channel. We'll air it on Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sunday nights at 10:30. Seahawks wrapped up mandatory minicamp a day early. Last week, Coach Mike McDonald was so happy with how hard the team worked during the week-long camp, he said, you can go home early if you want.
Really just couldn't be happier with the effort. That's what I was just telling him, just the effort, the intent, the energy, the attitude, all the things we're asking them to do, they responded every day, and just really excited about where we're at. And we've been going at it here. We had the extra week being the new staff and everything, so felt like it was an opportunity to get out of here healthy and have a great off season. Well, I hope we're building what we're trying to build. I think we're on our way. But shout out to our coaches too. We just try to take advantage of every meeting and just stack all those meetings over and over and over again. Stack every opportunity we've had on the field, and just felt like it was time to say, okay, I think we've gotten great work in, and let's get the heck out of here.
Leonard Williams says the defensive scheme they've been installing under head coach McDonald's leadership will exploit the individual skills of both he and his teammates.
I think it benefits us in creating matchups where you're putting the defensive player in the best position, and then you're also confusing the offense. So it makes it harder for the offense to study us, knowing that, they may see Draymond at a 5 technique on film, and then when we line up and play against him, he's probably going to be playing 0 or 3 technique. So it's harder for our offense to scheme against one specific player because we move around so much. And then it's also giving us freedom as players to use our best skill sets in the best situations. And the coaches are doing a good job of knowing that we're all different. So he's, even though he might say get from point A to point B, he's going to tell me to get there differently, or he'll allow me to get there differently than the way Jay Reed will get there. And I think to me that takes a great coach to understand that we're different players, and even though we can do the same job, we may do it differently.
So there's going to be a new defensive scheme. There's going to be a new offensive scheme under offensive coordinator Ryan Grubb, wide receiver DK Metcalf, says so far, so good.
Like you said, man, it's pretty early. I've only been here a couple of days throughout the off season, but from the days I've been here, I like Coach Grubb, his motivation, how every day he's strictly the same person. He's always motivating us to be our best selves. So that's one thing I like about him. And this offense, I think, it has a lot of potential to be great. Especially with the weapons that we have in our receiver room, tight end room, running back room, and even the O-line, the veteran leadership that we brought in this offseason. I think it has potential to be special.
So the players are off until late July. That's when they reconvene at the VMAC in Renton and begin training camp. The Seahawks' first preseason game is August 10th against the Chargers in Los Angeles, California. Congratulations to Wenatchee's Evan Canfield. He's the Moss Adams West Coast League Pitcher of the Week. He pitched 8 shutout innings against the Kamloops Northpaws last week in a 2-1 victory. He's right-handed, as you can see, from Edmonds Community College. His ERA is now .60. That's good. He struck out 8 in the game. He's 1-1 on the season in 3 appearances, and he's allowed just 1 earned run. Too bad we don't get to keep him for the whole year. By the way, the Apple Sox lost a non-leaguer last night to the Dub C Fish Sticks. The final was 5-4. Didn't count in the West Coast League standings. The Apple Sox hitting the road. They'll take on the Yakima Valley Pippins in Yakima, the gateway to Wapato, today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Then they're back home to start a 6-game homestand starting on Friday. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this 18th day of June. Among the obscure holidays you can celebrate today, it's International Panic Day. Why the hell would that be a holiday? It's National Go Fishing Day. Maybe I should have chosen that one. It's National Splurge Day, so if you want to live beyond your means, go out and buy something expensive that you don't really need. It's International Sushi Day. A lot of people hate sushi, and a lot of people love sushi. I like sushi. I'm a big sushi fan. National Clean Your Aquarium Day. You should probably do that more than once a year. But no, we're gonna. The weather is nice. It's sunny. It's warm, but it's not hot. It's International Picnic Day. Today, of course, people have been eating outdoors, ad infinitum since they started to eat food. Eating outdoors is certainly not a novel thing, but picnics, all things considered, are fairly new in that what didn't really catch on until after the French Revolution. In 1789, they overthrew the King of France. I think you know that. And there are all kinds of big, beautiful parks, not only in Paris, but all over France, but it belonged to the royal family. Well, no more royal family, then anybody can go into the damn park, and they did. And they would do what the royals did. They would bring a nice cloth and a pick-a-nick basket with a Yogi Bear, and they would just sit down and eat their grapes and drink their wine and have their fried chicken. So it's International Picnic Day. So the French get credit for introducing the modern picnic to us. It was common for way back in the good old days, not really the good old days, that almost all royal families ate outside anyway. By the way, the term "no picnic" was coined about 100 years ago. Of course, it means something that's really difficult to do. Hey, it's no picnic. Happy National Picnic Day today. It's a nice day for a picnic. Go out and do it. It's 29 minutes after the hour. Today in history, on this date in 1812, again with the British. We signed the Treaty of Paris. The Revolutionary War was over, but there were still some unsettled issues, and it couldn't really get solved. And here comes the War of 1812. The United States Declaration of War upon the United Kingdom is signed by President James Madison, and here we go again. It's the War of 1812. Which, by the way, we won. Of all the declared wars, now keep in mind Congress, the Constitution is very plain on this. Congress, and only Congress, has the power to declare war, but of course Congress gave that up voluntarily for reasons it's just stupid. Among all the declared wars in which Congress voted to either go to war or not go to war, they always voted yes anyway. This is the one that was the closest of all the votes. It wasn't a big patriotic, let's go to war against the British. It was very close. In the House of Representatives, the vote to go to war for the War of 1812 was 79-49 to go to war. In the Senate, it was even closer. It was 19-13. But it passed, and it was off to fight the British again in the War of 1812. Speaking of war, 209 years ago today, Waterloo. Couldn't escape if I wanted to. I can't sing the song from ABBA. We'd have to pay mechanical royalties. We don't have that. Napoleon Bonaparte finally meets his end when the Prussians and the British and a few of the others as well, the Duke of Wellington and other people said, okay, this is it. We should have beat him the first time. We let him get away with it. He came back. And here he goes again, and the Battle of Waterloo, which was not called the Battle of Waterloo, by the way, at the time, was fought 209 years ago today, and that was it for Napoleon. It's over. You're out of here. Go off to exile. This time you're not coming back. And, of course, now the term, you know, meeting one's Waterloo means, of course, a final defeat, if you will. The Battle of Waterloo 209 years ago today. It's not a bad song. I prefer Dancing Queen. And happy birthday, speaking of music, to the LP. The LP record, under development for a number of years by Columbia Records. They were working on it, and then came World War II, and everything kind of stopped. And then after World War II ended, Columbia Records got busy again trying to develop the long-playing record to replace the 78 RPM. And on this date, it was a Saturday morning at the Waldorf Astoria in New York City. They invited in the press and musicologists and anybody who was interested to show off their brand new invention, the LP record. Of course, the 78 RPMs, spinning at 78 RPMs, could only hold 3 minutes of music aside. It was the industry standard. Here comes the LP, which could hold 23 minutes of music aside. And of course, it became the mode of listening to music for pleasure for millions of people all over the place. And it goes to Peter Goldmark. Peter Goldmark was the man who was put in charge of developing the LP record. He worked for Columbia Records, and he and his staff finally perfected the LP record. They've been working on it for a long time. They finally said, we're good to go. Let's show it off to everybody. Peter Goldmark, because he worked for Columbia Records and his employment agreement was very simple. If you invent something that we can patent, you don't get the patent. You don't get the royalties. Columbia Records gets the royalties, but they were so happy with the work of Peter Goldmark that because he didn't get any royalties, he got one copy of every album that Columbia produced while he still worked there. So there's your compensation. You ain't gonna get no royalties, Peter, but here's a record. Or all of them, really. The LP is 78 years old today. I have 3 at my house. Birthdays. The most successful composer ever. Who else is it? Sir James Paul McCartney is 82 years old today, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with the Beatles, a group you may have heard of in 1988. And as a solo artist in 1999, why it took so long for him to be inducted as a solo artist, who knows. Paul McCartney either wrote or co-wrote 188 songs that made the charts. 188 songs that made the charts. 91 of those songs got into the top 10. 33 made it to number 1, a total of 1,662 weeks on the charts. A remarkable achievement. He's also, of course, one of the wealthiest musicians of all time. I don't know how much he's worth. And he owns his company, MPL Communications, McCartney Publications Limited, owns the publishing rights to over 25,000 songs, including a lot of songs you're very familiar with. The odds are pretty good if you listen to the radio for about an hour today, you're going to hear a song on the radio that Paul McCartney's company owns the publishing rights to. Sir James Paul McCartney is 82 years old today. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor. That would be Alpine Air. You know the forecast. We're going to be in the 90s on Friday and Saturday, so your air conditioner is going to get taxed, folks, and it hasn't really been taxed all year. We haven't even hit 90 yet this year. We will this weekend. Make sure your AC can handle it. Give the folks at Alpine Air a call for a heat and air call. Alpine Air, our friends at Pool to Spa Services. When the heat comes, you're probably going to sit around your house and go, well, we can either run through the sprinkler or get a pool put in. If you need to get a pool put in, call Pool to Spa Services. They'll take it from there. And our friends at Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista, their main campus in Wenatchee, their satellite campus in East Wenatchee. Mike Magnotti has an opinion. And then we're going to replay the interview I did with Allie Jordan yesterday. Allie Jordan's company, Elevated Marketing, is going to be taking over, putting together the logistics, and there's a lot to do for the big 4th of July wing-ding, which this year is coming on Independence Day. Allie Jordan, when we come back, you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
Hey folks, this is Blueberry Carey bringing you a public service announcement. With today's fast pace, sometimes you just need to be reminded to just breathe. Come on out to Blueberry Hills and enjoy the panorama of beautiful blueberry fields and these gorgeous North Cascades Mountains. Your food is always cooked fresh to order, and our down-home scratch country recipes are always well worth the wait. Our delicious breakfast dips, pies, and pastries await you and your family. So come on out to Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNally, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, someone recently posted this question on Facebook. Which segment of humanity, which group of people has been the most persecuted in human history? Well, my first thought was, well, the Jews. But then the poser of that question said that women, females, were the most persecuted and repressed people in human history. And I had to admit that was correct. You know, if you think about it, women have been abused with impunity, treated as chattel, relegated to subservient status, a situation that continues to this day, to some degree or another. And as always, I realized that the best way to deal with this inequity was not to point it out in others, but to deal with it myself. The question is, do I treat the women in my life with the consideration and respect they deserve? This is Mike Mad Dog McNally, and that's my opinion.
Most of us are in touch with the internet in one way or another all day long. A fast, secure connection matters. It keeps us entertained, informed, and in touch. Localtel cares about your connection. We know strong, reliable internet with your choice of speed makes life better. If you need fast, reliable internet, or maybe an upgrade, or you just have questions, connect with us by visiting localtel.com or call 509-888-8888 today.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
Don't miss the Grant County Fair in Moses Lake, August 13th through the 17th. Leading the entertainment list is Diamond Rio. Thursday, August 15th, with special guest Katie Wade. Friday night is 90s favorite Chingy with special guest DJ Precise. And Wednesday night, two of the best tribute bands in the country, Best of Both Worlds, a Van Halen tribute, and Crazy Train, an Ozzy tribute. VIP tickets are available at gcfairgrounds.com. When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units. All right, this year on July 4th is going to be Independence Day. I'm told. I love it how the 4th of July and Independence Day fall on the same day, Allie.
Isn't that crazy?
It's a beautiful, wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Allie Jordan and her company, Elevated Marketing, is taking over the legwork, and this is a lot of work to take on. You're taking over from our good friend Kelly Kennedy from Impact Events, who did this for a long, long time.
She did, yes.
And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of, spreadsheets and logistics and phone calls and everything else. So you have some big shoes to fill, Allie, but you're going to go for it.
Yes, I'm happy to be able to work on this with the city. Very big shoes to fill, lots of community involvement, lots of people who help make this happen. So lucky to have that support still. So anyone from the Wenatchee Downtown Association to the city, the Chamber, Visit Wenatchee, they've all been really helpful. So that does help ease a little bit of the burden.
Some things are new, some things are not new. First of all, the fireworks, of course, will be firing off. We all know that. But a couple of changes. First of all, it's going to start, the festivities are going to start just a little bit later in the afternoon. Yeah,
so we're really going to focus on the meat of the day, and we're going to start around 3:30 in the afternoon. So the beer garden will open, the food fair, food vendors will open at 3:30. We'll have a community and youth area. And the entertainment stage will start at 3:30. So yeah, we're really hoping to get people down there and focus on, like I said, just that meat of the day, and then into the amazing fireworks show that they've always delivered.
Now, yeah. Kaylee Boggs and her pyrotechnic professionals will be back at it again, out on the spit. You mentioned food. Who's going to be grilling up the good stuff for us this year?
Yeah, so we've got Freddy's Kitchen coming down. We've got kettle corn vendors. We've got churros, ice cream. We've got sorbet. We've got coffee, shaved ice. Dooley Dogs is going to be there.
I was going to say, you got to have hot dogs.
Got to have hot dogs on the 4th of July. Yeah, actually. I think that, we might get shut down if we didn't offer those. People might be in an uproar. So, yeah, we've got a lot of variety there, so we're really excited about that.
Why the later change? Just because it's pretty hot, or you just, by moving the beginning of the festivities up to 3:30, it just simplifies. It keeps the activities going. There's no dead time. It just made sense.
Yeah, I think it just made sense. Makes for a long day. It's a warm day. It just gives people the opportunity to come down and then maybe have a dinner down there, and then enjoy the music and some of the activities. So it just really shortens the day for a lot of those people who have children that come down and enjoy. I mean, it makes for a really long, hot day when you've got a kid down there for 10 hours enjoying the festivities. So it really just, condenses it, gives them the opportunity to enjoy what we have to offer, and then right into the fireworks show. So
who's performing on stage? Who do you have?
So we've got a country artist. Her name's Kitty May. She's going to open for us, and then we're still working on one of our second acts. And then Pre-Funk is going to headline for us, and then Kayla Taylor is going to sing the national anthem for us.
As usual.
Yes, she's great and local, fabulous. So really happy to be working with her.
How about my group? It's like 12 of us. We all play the accordion.
Oh, yeah. I mean, of course.
Yeah.
Let's get a big accordion group. Maybe you guys could play during the fireworks show. You could take the big band's place and you could just play the accordion. I'm sure
it's funny thing is because our first day of rehearsal is actually going to be on July 4th, so we're going to see if I never played the accordion before in my life.
You got a perfect test audience. Yeah. You will get, booed or yayed very quickly. You'll know.
Beer garden back again this year. A lot of folks go, I don't know about a beer garden there. It's maybe not such a good idea. It's been working out really good.
It has been working out really well. It gives those people who don't have kids or who are of that age, want to come down and just enjoy a nice refreshing beverage, the opportunity to do that. And the Wenatchee Downtown Association is housing the beer garden this year and the beneficiary of the funds raised, so we're really excited to be working with them. We won't have a cornhole tournament this year, but we will have cornhole in the beer garden. So it won't be as structured, but the drinks will be there, and we're really excited to be working with the Tap Room by Hellbent and Pair Up Cider. So we'll have local beers and ciders available.
What's the biggest challenge in this? Is it working? Obviously, you have to work with the city of Wenatchee. You have to work with the Chelan County PUD Parks Department. You have to work with all kinds of different organizations. Is that the biggest challenge? Is making sure all that is done, all the security and Wenatchee Police and all that stuff?
I would just say, yeah. I mean, the emails, the phone calls, making sure that you're timing. So one partner that you're working with might be dependent on another and waiting to hear back from them. So it's just being diligent, making the phone calls, sending the emails, and kind of staying on top of stuff. So I'd say that's the biggest thing right there. Yeah.
For years and years, the city of Wenatchee just wrote a check to pay for the fireworks, and that got to be silly because everybody enjoys it. I mean, why should the city of Wenatchee just pay for the whole thing when the people in East Wenatchee and the surrounding communities all enjoy the fireworks? So it's become a self-funded organization, has been for a while. So my guess is you're still looking for dough to offset the costs. I mean, the fireworks alone are pretty pricey.
They are. They're well worth it, but they are pricey. Yeah, we're always looking for community support and donations. You can go to Wenatchee Valley 4thofjuly.net. It's the number 4, so pretty literal. But yeah, we're always looking for community support. We've been really lucky to be working with the Salcedo group of companies. The Chelan County PUD is a sponsor as well. Kashmir Valley Bank, Washington Trust Bank, and a number of others. And some of the funding does come from the LTAC dollars. So it is nice for community members to realize that the tourists are really helping pay for this. It's not just coming out of taxpayer dollars. So that's something I like to remind people as well. And another fun thing that we have, and you can donate on the website, is if you donate $50 or more towards that community side of the event, you get entered in to win 4 tickets to a Seattle Mariners game on July 20th.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's a sweet deal.
Kind of fun, yeah.
So heads up, folks, just if you're going to watch the fireworks either down there at Walla Walla Point Park, because everything is free. I mean, obviously you pay, but there's no charge to get in.
Nope.
But just throw a couple bucks in the hopper to help offset the costs on this, because a lot of people, if they don't go to Walla Walla Point Park, will go out on their decks and enjoy the show.
Yeah, they do. So it really is a community event, and we're happy to provide it, and happy that, like you said, it's free of charge. You can go down there and you can choose to spend money, but it is free, and it's a beautiful location. We're right there on the Loop Trail and down at Walla Walla Park. So yeah, we're really happy to have this for community members.
And like years past, we always talk about this, traffic can be a royal pain in the rear end. Not necessarily going in, because people kind of work their way gradually into the park, but when the whole show is over and everybody wants to leave, that's a pain in the butt. Lake Transit is pitching in again. Park your car behind the JCPenney's at the Valley North Complex and just get a free ride.
Yeah, we're really excited to be partnering with Link. It's really nice of them to offer this free community shuttle from, like you said, the back of JCPenney's to the park and then back out at the end of the night. The shuttle will start around 7 o'clock. They'll start picking people up in the back of JCPenney parking lot, and then they will be ready to roll right when the fireworks end. They will have all their buses lined up before the fireworks start, and then ready to load people and head on out right when right when the festivities conclude.
It's the only way to go, and it should be pointed out. People say, "Well, so what? You're taking a bus. You're still going to get stuck in traffic." That's not the Link gets. They get prioritized.
They do.
So when the Link buses leave, everybody has to stop, and they get to go out first, which is the way you should do it.
Yes, yeah. They have a large group of people to get out, so it does help expedite getting guests out of the park quickly. So they get first right to exit.
All we have to do is get a hold of Burlington Northern Santa Fe and ask them not to run a train at about 10:45 on the night of Thursday, July 4th, but they play by their own rules, I guess. That's all there was to it. How are you sitting for volunteers? So you always need volunteers.
Yes, volunteers. We can never have enough volunteers. So again, if you go to the website, Wenatchee Valley 4thofjuly.net, there's information to sign up to be a volunteer, to donate, to sponsor, to look at the list of activities we have going on in case you might forget. But yeah, we can always use volunteers.
Allie Jordan from Elevated Marketing. That means she's really got. Have you been touching base with Kelly at all about how do I do this?
Yes, she's been great about sending information and providing stuff that she's done in the past. And I did work with her a few years ago on this, so I kind of was able to see how things worked out. And so, yeah.
One more quick plug, and before I forget, Relay for Life is this weekend. You're involved in that as well.
I am, yes. So Gretchen Littler is spearheading this year's Relay for Life event over at the Eastmont track this Friday, starting at 6 o'clock. So really happy to be able to just volunteer for that and help support that in any way that I can, because it's a really important cause. And yeah, so happy to be a part of that.
And I'm glad Gretchen is involved in it. The Relay for Life is one of those deals in a lot of locations, a lot of municipalities and cities. Started out like gangbusters and kind of petered out. Now they don't do it anymore, but we're still doing it here. That's good.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Yes. So happy.
Allie Jordan, Elevated Marketing. Again, go to the website or send Allie. It's Wenatchee Valley 4thofjuly.net, and the 4th is the number 4. See on television that looks backwards. You want to stick around and do the weather when we come back?
Yeah, let's bring some sunshine.
We'll take a break and we'll do the forecast when we come back. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the Mississippi Life channel.
Let Mary Maid's custom cleaning experts help you clean up your to-do list. Between work, kids, and pets, it's hard to find time to keep up. Let Mary Maids of Wenatchee help. Mary Maid's cleaning experts can help keep your home or business fresh, neat, and exactly how you'd clean it, if only you had the time. Call now for a free estimate, 509-663-1710. Serving Chelan and Douglas counties, Mary Maids, let us help.
Downtown Wenatchee, something for everyone.
Watermill Winery Tasting Room has become a very popular downtown venue. Their wine club offers spectacular value at affordable prices. Watermill, open daily across from the convention center. The 108 is known for their amazing craft cocktails and happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. Next to Walkabout Grill on Wenatchee Avenue.
Downtown Wenatchee, it's all here.
The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
Pause for Pets is presented by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Mary Maid's Doghouse Brewery Leavenworth, and Club Crow Bar and Grill.
Hi, I'm Corley with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager, and this beautiful girl is Lily. Lily is our, I want to say 2 years old because she's so active and puppy-like. She's our 2 years old. We think terrier pit mix, something like that. We've had her for about a month now, which is far too long for this awesome girl. She's great with our dogs here. She's in our polite and playful group. She loves her stuffed animals. She will play all day with stuffies. She doesn't care what kinds, but she particularly likes ones shaped like a dragon. Yes, good girl. Yes. As usual, we don't know how she is with cats. She came to us as a stray, so we don't have any kind of owner surrender information on her. And we don't do any testing with that, so we don't know. Lily knows how to sit. She's very good at that. And she's really smart. She's already starting to learn lay down and even spin, which is just a fun one that we like to teach them. We like to keep their minds active and learning things. It's good for them. And she's really picking things up fast. Come here. Yes, she's very treat motivated, which really helps with training, and gives really great eye contact. She's listening to you, she wants to learn, she wants to be wherever you are. She's very people oriented, loves her people. She's also a really great size. She's, I would say, small to mid-size, just, you know, real nice size dog to have in your home. Another thing that I should mention is Lily, our ladylike Lily, is really a quiet girl. I don't know if I've ever heard her bark. She's super quiet out with her people. She's quiet in her kennel, and it's just really nice. Yeah, you're such a good girl. So if you would like to come down and meet Lily, we are open Thursday through Tuesday, 12:30 to 6:30. And we'd love you to meet her. If you want to come down Wednesdays, we thoroughly encourage it. We just would like an appointment online.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. Pause for Pets is presented by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Merry Maids, Doghouse Brewery Leavenworth, and Club Crow Bar and Grill.
What does RV stand for? Recreational vehicle or ruined vacation? At Click It RV, we want you to have a fun, safe camping experience. So for the month of June, get to any Click It RV store and get a professional propane leak test, tire pressure check, wheel bearings, roof, slide and battery test. And all inspections are free because we want you and yours to have a safe camping season. Thinking of upgrading? Check out the used selection of new and used top brands like Grand Design, Rockwood, Flagstaff, Winnebago, and more. So get to a Click It RV store near you for a free inspection and keep your family safe.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Wooden Avenue.
Welcome to the newest and funnest fashion boutique on Wooden, featuring mountain chic clothing and men's footwear from UGG, Brixton, Sorel, and Free People. Walk on into the Tiffany Blue Building on the second block of Wooden and check it out.
It is nearly impossible to describe what you'll find in Lush Life. It's an eclectic collection of items from around the world. See it for yourself at the corner of Wooden and Emerson.
Wonders of Wooden Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district.
When you've been in business for 40 years, it's because you understand change and you put members first, always. Now Works is announcing a change in their membership model. Up to 6 people on one membership that you can mix and match. The more people, the bigger the discounts. Introducing the Works shared membership model. One membership, friends and family and flexibility. Works, the cleanest, friendliest, most helpful gyms you and your friends will ever join. Imagine a science project being done on the kitchen table. Feel the excitement on Christmas morning as the kids race down the stairs to form memories that cannot be erased. Listen for the laughter coming from the next room. Put your family in a new home to make these visions become reality with Coldwell Banker Cascade. Use the Move meter entering 2 cities and see how a potential move scores based on the cost of living and other factors. Make your dream place a reality with Coldwell Banker Cascade today.
55 degrees here in the big city. You see behind me from our Wenatchee Heights camera, you can see a few clouds up north in the Omak-Okanagan area. And you folks in the Omak-Okanagan area, you have a night outside chance of a pop-up thunderstorm during the warmest part of the day, which is going to be 4, 5, 6 o'clock tonight. So it's just a possibility. We're not going to have anything really down here. We have just a minuscule chance of a thunderstorm here in the Wenatchee Valley, but there's still enough instability in the atmosphere. Yeah, well, you could see a pop-up thunderstorm, especially in the very northeast quadrant of our state, up in the Republic, Ponderay County area. But Omak, Okanagan, you have a slight chance of a pop-up thunderstorm. It's going to take a little while for those clouds to the north of us to clear out. Not so much down here in the Wenatchee Valley. In for a beautiful day today. Lots of sunshine. We'll top off right around 75 or so, give or take a couple. It's still a little bit below normal, but it's certainly a little bit warmer than yesterday's high of 71. So we're starting that warming trend that we've been waiting for. 52 for the overnight low. Tomorrow is the last day of spring. Lots of sunshine, no wind, high of about 81. Good way to close it out. 56 for the overnight low. The summer solstice is at 1:50 on Thursday afternoon, and after that it is officially summertime, and it will certainly feel like summertime on Thursday with a high of 86. The first full day of summer will top off about 93. 94 the hot day on Saturday, then a gradual cooling trend on Sunday and Monday. And that's it for us. Have a great Tuesday. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
On Small Town Big Deal.
It's time to get medieval.
I'm the king. It's a journey back to the days of yore.
And a meal fit for a king.
Summon the executioner.
Plus, you'll meet a woman who fought through her battle with brain cancer with flying colors. Well, one color, that is. Very cool.
It's a story that won't leave you feeling blue.